G'day, Esland fan. Patrick here. You know, in contrast to what many people think, World War III is not going to be a war between or among nations. It's going to be between right and left, between individualism and collectivism. It'll be between those who believe in the power of the individual and those who believe in the power of the collective or group. So yes, the war will be between people who believe they now have to fight for their existential view of life, their belief system, their values, their lifestyle, their ideology. The victims of that war are those who are right in the center, who are increasingly being fed up with the attacks of the left and their so-called progressive view. The left has gotten to the point that it wants to impose its progressive view on everyone else. And in doing that, it's affecting your work, your kids' education, your income, and anything related to that. The left wants open borders. The left wants to redistribute wealth. The left wants to perpetrate the sense of victimhood in those who may have once been the victims of the hard right. The left enjoys and thrives on victimhood because it gives them the moral threshold, see? The moral high ground they desperately seek. There isn't much difference between hard right and hard left, to be honest. You know, they're both physically and verbally abusive, right? They use intimidation tactics to suppress free speech and expression. The dangerous thing is that most of the media and educational institutions have become active and aggressive promoters and advocates for the policies and views of the left, right? Those are the so-called elites. You could argue that the elites represent the left now. It's convenient for the elites to claim that moral superiority when they're too wealthy to be impacted by the policies of the left. It's easy and convenient to promulgate and advocate for policies you know you won't be affected by, which probably explains why why Hollywood is predominantly leftist, why the media is mostly obnoxiously liberal, why billionaires are irritatingly leftist. It makes sense. Whether it's Hollywood or the media or the billionaires, they get to act all tolerant and charitable just because it's convenient. For example, they support paying higher taxes as long as they still get to live in mansions and fly in private airplanes, right? They can do all that, no problem. So they support open borders and letting illegal immigrants and refugees flow into the country as long as they don't have to live in their neighborhood, right? They, of course, rightfully criticize and condemn sexual harassment and rant and vent about the rape culture, but then hypocritically go around sexually harassing and raping their colleagues. Hypocrites. And they want to lecture us on morality. The left has lost its legitimacy because of the elites, because of the media, because of the celebrities. It's lost all credibility because of the hypocrisy of the elites. Only the elites support paying higher taxes to the government so that it collectively decides what to do with the money. Don't you know that when the government asks you to pay high taxes, it's essentially lawfully and arbitrarily violating your personal freedom and liberty? the freedom to decide how much to keep of your money. It's basically taking the liberty to take your money and give it to someone else it deems entitled to it. It's a blatant form of injustice. When the government starts acting as a big brother or a big, gigantic charity organization, it will naturally encourage its citizens to turn into charity seekers. Let's be honest. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? Who would prefer to work and toil all day long over getting free help? If you know there's someone out there as big and rich as the government is, who will take care of you, why should you really even try to get off your butt and do anything? Even if you did, want to get off your butt and do something, who would do it? Who would do it? Who would turn down free help? Who would turn it down? Nobody would turn that down. You wouldn't tell those offering you help that you no longer need help. Ideally, you'd love to continue, right? You'd love them to continue believing that you need help. Why not? It's profitable. This way, you can do all the good stuff that you couldn't normally afford, but now, thanks to the government, you could. I mean, am I the only person who hear about all those people that, have been sitting on the dole for years, not because they can't find work, but just because they're not even trying to? What do you guys think? I'm just curious. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think, all right? And like the clip. If you like the clip, just press that like button. And if you want to watch more videos like that, subscribe to the channel. Okay? I enjoy doing it. I hope you enjoy watching too. So take care of yourself and see you later.